Welcome back. That salute and the fucking cracking open was, that was amazing. But welcome back, man. We're fresh off of a bye week. Brick Shots with Billy Antonio, episode 107. We're kind of crunching for time a little bit. Brick Shot of Chris has another endeavor he's going to delve into after our show, after his time on our show. Me and Tonio take over from there. Been a long time, fellas. Tonio, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just heard, some news. Both of us feel confident about this test, man. Might pick up first. Might go back down to the CB, run that NFCB 11 thing back, and we back in the garage if that happens. So
yes,
I'm good. How you been, Chris?
Be way different, huh?
I know, bro. I know.
I was good till the NFL free agency off season started. But
yeah. Oh well, hey, Chris. I know we do this at the end of the show. But real quick, hey, tell the people about your band and your new band and all the stuff you got coming up real quick, man, because I want to promote
new band hasn't officially been announced yet, so I can't really say nothing on that.
Okay.
Here you go, Tonio.
Got a callback show this Saturday, live at the Haltom Theater in Haltom City. Doors open at 7. The show starts at 8, and we'll be on stage at 10. That'll be March 16th, this Saturday at the Haltom Theater.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, y'all out there in the Dallas area, man, y'all trying to go rock out and shit. Get with our dog, Chris, man. Brick Shots always supporting. Billy, how you been?
Good, man. You took everything out from under me. Feeling great about this test. We'll see how life plays out for the career in the Navy. Either that or it's over in a couple months. So that's how it is.
What are you going to do if it's over? Go back to civilian life? Be a civvy? Is that what y'all call them?
Civvy, yeah, exactly. Yes, that's exactly what that's the plan. I'm over the Navy. These new kids, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Calm down, Nick Saban.
Nah, facts. Nick had something to say. I believe him, bro. That's how the new no GED, no diploma. That's the new NIL for the Navy, dog. You just coming off the street.
About why I shouldn't have to do this, blah, blah, blah. Just do what did you think the Navy was, man? It's hey, do this.
Military, dog.
Man, when I was a fucking E1, hey, do this. All right, CS2, got it. Whatever the fuck you said. Me, I'm like, hey man, can you go do this for me? Nah, it's this ain't for me, dude. But let's get into the big part of the show. Free agency. I know Tonio had a little with if we want to start with QBs or not, but I do want to take this one. And I want to just start off with it. I'm gonna go full screen into this if everybody doesn't mind. The best signing of this free agency period is Gardner Minshew to the Raiders, and I'm telling you, that's gonna be amazing news. It's gonna keep Antonio Pierce. It's gonna keep him there. And he's going to do great things in Oakland, and that's what we're at. Tonio, real fast shout out to our man John, who's been telling us that Minshew is the fucking man. And
Minshew magic, baby.
Hey, Minshew magic, it's going to work for Vegas. I'm telling you, it's going to work. Tonio, my trip.
Well, you are tripping. Let's see. How do I go full screen? The best signing for quarterback is none other than Jacoby Brissett back to New England, goddammit.
Okay.
Dog. When he was there, when Brady got hurt and sorry, John, I can't remember. The second screen went down. Jacoby Brissett won 5 games. He looked like 5 games till Tom Brady got back. Matter of fact, Tom Brady wasn't hurt. He was suspended.
Yep.
That's what happened. Tom Brady was suspended.
Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt in that first game.
Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, and Jacoby Brissett had us out there looking really well. He went to Indianapolis, and he had them looking good when he got a shot out there. Jacoby gonna be the quarterback that we didn't know we needed.
Looked okay in Washington last year.
That's what I'm saying. But the best signing probably is Russ to Pittsburgh. Unfortunately.
Not happening.
Unfortunately, bro. I mean, because He ain't good no more. But how much better do you got to be than Pickett to win one more game in the playoffs? You're already getting there.
Not much.
So how much more better do you have to be? And Russ still like his worst year last year, he still had more touchdowns than Pickett. So
yeah.
That's probably what it is, Billy. Putting Russ with Mike Tomlin might have been a mistake.
I don't think so.
Like for other teams, man. I don't know. We tripping, Chris? Is a better quarterback sign?
Chris, we're gonna go full to you. I need you to be a little animated for this one, just for a couple seconds. There we go.
I don't think Gardner Minshew going to Oakland is a good signing at all, simply because with Denver in the division, we don't know who they're going to draft, but as of now, he's probably going to be the worst quarterback in that division with Herbert and Mahomes. They don't have a chance of competing with the Chiefs if Gardner Minshew is going to be their starting quarterback for the next 2 years. For me, the best signing
when they were one game away from the playoffs.
What's that?
Did you think that about the Colts too? That it was just a shitty signing? Who cares? And then he went on a playoff run with them.
I mean, the Colts have the same record as the. They had one more win than the Raiders.
There we go.
But I think the Colts also have a lot better roster than the Raiders do.
Probably.
Not a better wide receiver than the Raiders, though.
Yeah.
They don't have a better wide receiver over there.
This is going to be the obvious one, but since y'all left the low-hanging fruit, the best signing is Cousins to the Falcons, not because, he is the best quarterback in free agency, but they're in a division that is fucking garbage and has been forever. Signing an adequate starting level quarterback such as Kirk Cousins, I think solidifies them to run that division for the next 4 years.
One playoff game, 12 years.
All you do is shit on Lamar for his playoff record, and then Kirk Cousins all of a sudden is going to turn things around when he gets to Atlanta.
Billy, wasn't it you that saying some teams just want to get to the dance? Not every team has expectations to make a deep playoff run.
I've said that 100 times, and I will still say that.
Yeah, bro, but getting to the dance and getting the girl in the back seat is a different thing. Like,
I mean, the only other quarterback on this list that's going to take you there is going to be what you said, Tonio, and that's that's not because Russ is a great quarterback anymore. It's because he's a significant upgrade over a fucking insurance salesman on a team that was already in the playoff race with an insurance salesman starting.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, none of these guys are big playoff difference makers.
Mike Tomlin, playoff, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, man, what did Kenny have? Like 10 touchdowns this year, something like that?
No, 13.
Yeah, that's not good enough, Billy. Like, you can get 17, get you one more win.
Yeah.
I mean, Russ had 28, I think.
He had way more, and he got weapons over there. I just want to know. This is what I want to know since we talking about quarterbacks. How is Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins still finessing teams out of money? Sam Darnold probably gonna play like 14 games over his illustrious career, but he done made like $500 million, dog. Like Sam Darnold,
I don't think it's that much. It's not that much.
It ain't, but he done made a lot of fucking money to just be around the franchise.
Well, so I will say in Carolina, before Christian McCaffrey got hurt, the Panthers were 4-1. They were doing really, really well with Sam Darnold back there. Me and Aaron, I was telling Chris in the pre-show, me and Aaron had a show. It was just me and him. We probably talked about Sam Darnold for about 40 minutes, so I realized how far we were going over. But I do think, and I'm going to bring up one more signing. Tonio, you could ha and puff at this if you want. Mac Jones to Jacksonville. If T. Larry gets hurt again, I think Mac Jones is in probably the best spot to be in.
I don't know how. I don't think Mac Jones sucks. I just think he got to be around weapons, dog. Like, you can't.
Or at least somebody who knows what the fuck is going on offense.
Offensive coach.
Or that, bro. Like, well, it ain't even coach. Like, Belichick was a defensive coach, Chris, and he had Tom Brady. Like, we can't forget that. You got to start with this defensive coach. It's Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien's terrible. But I don't get. Well, I do get how it worked in Alabama because
I mean, Bill O'Brien had Deshaun Watson looking like an MVP candidate.
Bro, don't say that, bro. Don't say that.
Deshaun Watson's way better than Mac Jones.
We don't say that, man. We got some fans. Shout out to Dre. They hate that Bill word out there in Houston, man. They don't. They hate that O'Brien. I don't know, man. Billy and Chris going back. Look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones starts when he has somebody to go down the field to. He had Devontae Adams, Williams, like, bruh, take the running back Najee Harris. Bro,
You said Devontae Adams. You had Devontae Smith.
I mean Devontae Smith. Yeah, my fault, John. Bro had athletes around him and he thrived. Like he didn't look
Pro Bowl.
He was like
Pro Bowl quarterback.
No. I'm talking college now. He was like fourth, fifth in the Heisman voting. Like that ain't just ass quarterback play. So if you put him around somewhere where he thrive, I think that's a good signing. I think
Shout out JJ McCarthy.
I think fuck JJ. Matt threw the ball actually, you know. So JJ,
They're looking out for you, Christian. I got you.
Hey, JJ was in the goddamn combine. Man, they already made a video.
Yeah, the good combine.
No, the dude that said to the defense, said JJ out here throwing to absolutely fucking nobody. It's just bad. It was bad, bro. I think a sleeper sign is Tyrod to the Jets because Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up too.
Goes and be a vice president candidate. I'm so fucked. I wish this motherfucker would retire, bro. Like every summer,
I like Aaron Rodgers, and that story is just fucking ridiculous to me,
bro. But I know it's true. Like I know that's some true shit. I know that, bro.
Kanye was on the ballot. I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, bro. But Kanye was actively playing. He was like fake rapping, producing. Now he back rapping and all that shit. That's what Kanye was doing. This motherfucker's an active NFL player, bro. Like, how the fuck you on the ballot? You got a real job. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
The other thing that
he's in Buffalo this week. Just couldn't make the meeting right now. We'll get to him later.
I think the other thing that the Tyrod Taylor signing does is pretty much guarantees Zach Wilson won't be back with New York. I don't know where he goes, but I don't. If A-Rod is your one and Tyrod's brought in to be a two, because he's infinitely better than Zach Wilson, Zach's got to get the fuck up out of there.
I don't know, man. I think that Tyrod, because bro, do we really expect Aaron Rodgers to come back this year? Do we know? Like,
yeah,
bro, like
he could have came back this year. I do think Aaron Rodgers will come back. This offensive line, though, does he stay back, Tonio? I think is a better
offensive line is garbage.
They're bad. That unless they get both tackles from free agency and get a fucking guard, nah. And I don't think they got the cap space to do that.
I don't know, man.
They might sign up Bakhtiari though. He probably won't play but like 3 games. At least for 3 games.
I feel like some of these GMs need to start sacrificing like skill positions for linemen. Like, hey, we suck. Like the Giants, since they got rid of Saquon, bro, they should just give up on being good and draft like all first 4 round offensive line. Like, hey, the whole yeah, bro. Like, hey, well, we got Daniel Smith back here. We done paid him $800 million. Like, let's see if he can do something being protected. Don't matter who he got to throw it to. Like, give him some time. I mean, shit. How you know, Billy? We can't call Danny Jones sorry because goddamn,
he's not sorry.
Billy, you get more time to fucking. I don't know. He gets sacked quick and you let a fart out. That's not like, how can I be great with that, Billy? And the Giants, like, I don't get it for like the last 10 years, bro, because Eli was the most sacked in the league as well. Do you still have the same offensive lineman? Is it like
those receivers also aren't getting open, man? Like we can sit here and shit on Danny Dimes all we want, but those receivers are not open. Like you can't. It's not like so. Is Daniel Jones better than Justin Fields? Let's get a quick yes or no, Tonio.
Hell yeah.
Is he better than Justin Fields, Chris?
I guess not by much.
I ain't saying Justin Fields can't be better, but he ain't as of right now. He's not better because.
But that's my thing. Where Chicago, he had time in Chicago, and he had DJ Moore, and the Bears also we're forgetting the Bears still won 7 games. Like that's nothing to just ha about. But they won a couple of games. They're still picking the top 10 themselves. But I think because they have the first pick in the draft, we're acting like they're the ones that just stuck up the joint, and they really didn't. They had that awful game against Kansas City. Real quick, before we get off the quarterback market, Justin Fields' market is dried up. Where else go?
I don't.
Shocker.
I don't think he leaves. I think they go get Marvin Harrison Jr. and just take what they want, or because ain't nobody trading for the first pick because you got to get rid of Justin Fields. Like they know you got to do that. So I think you go get Marvin Harrison Jr. and fuck it. Y'all get a good quarterbacks coach in there. That's all you can do, Billy.
Right. I'm not surprised the Bears managed to fuck it up.
Yeah, definitely.
It took forever to fucking field offers. It's their fault.
Does Joe Flacco go in there and give Anthony Richardson a run for his money for that starting quarterback out there?
No, I think Anthony Richardson, who I've bashed every chance I've got on this show, couldn't make the throws at Florida. I don't know why we thought he could make the throws in Indianapolis. His combine was amazing to show off his athleticism, but that's not. You need throws to be a quarterback, and I just don't think he has them yet. He could, but when Gardner Minshew comes in and does better than we would have ever thought that Anthony Richardson would have done, I think that's a bad time.
So you didn't answer my question. Is he the starter or is Joe Flacco the starter?
Oh, I said no. Anthony Richardson is a starter, even though Joe's just
you say Anthony Richardson ain't the starter, but then you shitted on him. So I thought,
no. I'm saying he is going to be
the young guy. Like you're not gonna start 59-year-old Joe Flacco over the second-year guy you drafted in the first round.
But I think that's why Flacco went to the Colts specifically, was to be like, all right, I'll just wait for this guy to get hurt, or for them to be like, all right, hey, you ain't got it. Let's bench you for a little bit, learn some more, and let Joe take over.
Unless they get news from upstairs that Irsay is like, hey, y'all need to start winning or I'm cleaning house again. Like Flacco's not going to be on the field.
Go ahead, Tony. You have one more question?
Let me ask you this. I got a few more questions, Billy, so we can wrap it up. Drew Lock, Marcus Mariota, and Mr. Trubisky walking into a bar. Which one would you go play catch with? Marcus. And what I'm asking is that who's the best quarterback and who has a chance to see the field out of those 3 this year?
Marcus.
You think he starts?
No. If the Commanders get one of the quarterbacks, no.
If they don't, though,
I don't know why they wouldn't, but I've seen crazier things happen.
What about your boy from New Orleans?
James Winston to Cleveland, love it. Love it, 100%. And it's crazy. I've gotten into this discussion. I haven't done it on the show, but the Browns had the worst trade ever for Deshaun Watson, and yet they are still a viable franchise. Usually you look at the worst trades ever, and franchises are fucked after doing something like that, and the Browns are not. That's the reason Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year, is because if your quarterback goes down, you are so far from relevant, it's not even funny most of the time. And having a quarterback come in after Deshaun to do all that, and I think Jameis is just – he's played it the best, I think, of sitting there waiting in the backup role for New Orleans. I thought he was going to wait for Drew Brees to retire and it was going to be his team. That's not how it shook out. But I think Jameis has a great chance in Cleveland.
And last question. Second highest paid on here. Baker Mayfield stays with the Bucks. You think him and Mike Evans make some noise again? Like
Absolutely. I think me and Matt did nothing but sing Baker's praises the whole year. Got him one win away from an NFC title game, which is kind of crazy to think about, but he did. But yeah, No, I think it was a great, especially if Mike Evans is sticking around. Mike Evans, I don't think would have stuck around if they didn't re-sign Baker.
From what Mike Evans said, his wife is the one that told him we're staying in Tampa.
Well, all right. Well, sometimes you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. It ain't like Tampa's a bad spot to be in either. Like it's not like it's cold as fuck. Like it's just miserable.
You get bored, you go vacation down in Miami for a couple of days. It ain't that far. It's easy.
Does he have kids?
Does
he have kids?
I'm sure.
I don't know if Mike does or not.
But let's get
into Billy's world, man. The best running team in the league just got better. Adding an absolute, probably the biggest bruiser over the last few years to their roster. Sorry, Dallas. I know he bought a house there, but it's just a good investment for real estate. Chris, what you think about Derrick Henry to the Ravens?
I think it's an upgrade for their team, but they don't have a problem running the ball, and they haven't had a problem running the ball since Lamar got there. I don't think signing Derrick Henry is going to really upgrade them tremendously to the point where they're going to make a Super Bowl run compared to if they would have got Mike Evans or if they would have got a DB to help out that secondary or something like that. But it's a fine move.
I think I don't want to say you're wrong, but I think you're wrong. Man, just adding. So first of all, I think this would be one of the better years in Derrick Henry's career, not numbers wise, but probably touchdown wise, because now he don't got to drive it all the way down the field because you still got Gus, you still got
Gus signed with the Chargers.
Yeah. Damn, who y'all got now, Billy?
Keaton Mitchell played. He had 8 yards a touch, or it was 12 yards a touch till the last game when he got hurt. Every time he touched the ball, he was magic. And I think that's what we're going to try to do is Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry.
So there you go. Yeah, they're going to 2-1-3 punch that shit. Lamar, Mitchell, Henry. And when you get to the red zone, Chris, instead of Lamar taking it in, give it to a 225-pound running back and seeing how many linebackers he's going to carry with him in the end zone.
Just imagine chasing Lamar. If you're on defense, you're chasing Lamar all game, and then all of a sudden, fuck, here's Derrick Henry. Now I got to tackle this dude. You're sitting there fucking.
I'm saying, bro. You can't. Hard to tackle. One-on-one is hard to tackle fucking Lamar. One-on-one open field, you scared to tackle fucking Derrick Henry. So it's like, it's still warm. I think they got better. But let me go to another running back.
Real fast, Tonio. Real fast. Let me throw something in there. Okay. I do think Chris said it very well. I would have rather have gotten another receiver and probably a corner, for sure, but maybe even another offensive lineman. With Ronnie Stanley's weird every other possession he goes in, I think that's super strange. But if it keeps somebody healthy, keep him healthy. But I do think what's scary is Derrick is the best fourth quarter running back we've seen probably ever. But like Chris said, we don't have a problem running the ball. But when I stop myself from speaking and I let Chris go, I think for the playoffs, we got scared to run the ball against the Chiefs because we wanted to put up more points. I think with Derrick Henry, you're going to be like, all right, fuck it. Let's still just hand him the ball, and we're going to let King Henry do his thing before we just let Lamar throw the ball unnecessarily fucking 40 times.
So, speaking of King Henry, Chris, y'all took a kind of a blow and let Tony Pollard go replace him down in Tennessee. So this is my thought on this. I think Tony Pollard just got put in another position where he got to be the big boy, and that's not who he is. We seen it. Chris, I could be wrong, but Tony Pollard got off the year before Zeke left because Zeke was still there. So he was doing them big boy runs, and then when the defense is tired, I let Tony Pollard hit the outside, and he gone. Fantasy numbers was crazy for me, but I got Tony Pollard again this year. Not so much because now he is
barely hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he the every down back. He going to Tennessee where he gonna have to do the same shit. in a bigger fashion because
Yep.
Derrick Henry was 85% of the Titans offense. Like, can Tony Pollard keep doing this? Like, can he sustain? He got the bread. Like, he got the bread for it, but can he sustain being that dude?
Went to a way worse offensive line.
Exactly.
Way worse.
I just feel bad for Tony Pollard.
I don't know now.
Cowboys
lost the center and the left tackle, so it ain't like our O-line is gonna be all that in a bag of chips this year either. Nah, I don't. To Tonio's point, Pollard, the 2 years prior to this year when Zeke was still on the team, he had 130 carries and 193 carries. He averaged well over 5 yards a carry both those seasons. This year, after Zeke left, he's now the bell cow every down back. He averaged just 4 yards a carry. Like, that's borderline. You finna lose your starting job if you get in that 3 category. So I'm not sad to see Pollard go because he's not an every down back. And if the price is $8 million a year for a guy that's not an every down back, I'm fine with letting that walk. I think for Tennessee, you're paying him the same AAV that Derrick Henry got. So at that point, like, did you just want to get younger for some reason? Because you didn't get better. I don't understand the move for Tennessee at all.
I don't. I don't know what the fuck Tennessee doing. We'll get into it, but I don't know. They probably should sell and beat the Oilers again or something.
Nah, Houston's already got a great team down there now.
Well, maybe the Cowboys could come over there too, and you could cheer for them. The Oilers and the Texans. Shouldn't be no more Cowboys. Y'all not America's team no more.
Yeah, most profitable franchise ever by like a lot.
So, Bill, I seen a tweet where this dude was telling Joe Mixon,
even though it's X, is it not? Is it still a tweet?
Yes, it's a tweet and it's still Twitter. Nobody's fucking calling it X.
No, I'm trying to move over.
Billy O, man. It's Twitter and it's tweets, bro.
Well, I was in a conversation and I was talking about Black Twitter. We were in a discussion and I was like, no, it's Black X. And I was like, all right, that sounds a little bad. Let me just go back to Black Twitter. But go ahead.
You corrected yourself. If the rest of America could get on that page, it would be great. It was a tweet, man. Somebody had told Joe Mixon, like a reporter was like, yeah, Joe Mixon back in trade talks again. And Joe Mixon replied and was like, no, I'm not. It's cap. And somebody replied when Joe Mixon got traded, he was like, damn, you should have listened to Buddy. How do we feel about Zach Moss replacing Joe Mixon and Joe Mixon going to the Texans?
I think the Texans made out like fucking bandits with that. I
think so too.
Incredible.
They probably gave the Bengals a little of ass just because the number's not out there.
Billy was guessing a second round pick on the pre-show. I think it'll be closer to like a 5th or a 6th because it was already out that the Bengals were going to cut him.
I said at most a second because the Texans have another second. They have 2 second round picks. So just give that one away.
Christian McCaffrey got a second, and Mixon is nowhere fucking close to McCaffrey.
Yeah, but the Niners only had 1 second round pick also. I'm thinking the Texans having 2 second round picks are like, hey, let's just give one of those up to make sure we're going to get fucking Joe is all I'm thinking. Because once you get the quarterback, it doesn't really fucking matter what else you're going to go grab. We've seen Nico Collins do really well. We've seen Tank Dell do awesome fucking things last year. It's not like they need a lot in Houston.
What about did the Bengals just get younger? Did they upgrade? Did they make a shitty move?
It's a downgrade, but they needed the cap space. They got Jamar coming due, and they got Higgins that they just franchised. They're going to be paying $60 million to their wide receiver room.
Excuse me.
So we talked about Gus to the Chargers. What about Saquon to the Eagles, Billy? Me and you talked about this on the phone earlier, and I'll let Chris get his feelings out.
So this to me is the same exact situation as the Ravens, but even worse. You had Miles Sanders led the league in rushing. You had DeAndre Swift towards the top of the league in rushing. why did you need to go out and pay $40 million damn near to a running back when the issue with your team while you fucked up down the end of the season last year was because you couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed? You need help on the back end of that defense. You don't need to pay $12 million to a running back when you got one of the best O-lines in the sport. With Kelsey gone, I still think they'll be solid. They might not be up in that top 5 anymore, but still, when you have a great O-line, you can plug and play at running back. Like I said, Sanders, Swift, you don't need to pay $12 million top of the market to a Saquon. It doesn't make your team that much better. And in reality, if you take into account that's money you can't spend on the secondary that you need help with, it probably actually makes your team worse.
I mean, well, they went and did something for their secondary. We'll talk about that later. But I think they got Saquon for that yak, man, to help out Jalen. That's what I think it was for. All right, when healthy, Chris, I think Saquon's yak is crazy as fuck. Probably an insane number, even out there in New York. So I think they got one of them. Hey, man, you can just dump it off to him. You ain't got to force it down the field. I know AJ gonna get on your head about it, but we winning, so how can you be mad? What you think, Billy?
Like you said, I think AJ and Devontae Smith, both of them, right? They're gonna get open because if you see Saquon coming out there, if I'm a safety, I'm like, fuck, here he comes. I'm not about to let him just get fucking 15 quick yards. Now pulling him away. Now I got Devontae one-on-one. Now I got AJ Brown one-on-one. That's where I'm going to with the ball to where now, like you said, Jalen Hurts can push it downfield. Not saying, and Chris did have a good point where you can plug and play these running backs, but I do think in an offensive league, if you add that running back to what you kind of have going on already, the Eagles are already a playoff team. I think it just kind of maybe gets them one more win in the playoffs, and I think that's what you're aiming for, is to get better. I understand they need a lot more than just a running back, but why not also make a team in your division weaker? Even though with Saquon they wouldn't have done shit, no way. Why not just go ahead and take them and see what you can do? What's the harm in that? Especially when Swift leaves, do you want to draft a running back? No, let's just go ahead and get Saquon. We know he's one of the best in the league when healthy. My thing is that hopefully I can just get him in fantasy in the second round. Is what I'm hoping for.
I mean, hopefully. What about Josh Jacobs to the Packers, Chris? Does that mean more problems for y'all again? Packers beat y'all worse this year?
No, Jacobs has been a diminishing asset since he got drafted, and they gave him a lot of money and a lot of years.
You can't say since he's been drafted.
I mean, hasn't his stats gone down every single year since his rookie year?
No. He had the best stats not last year, the year before last, and then last year was a bad year.
What back am I thinking of?
Not him.
I got my players mixed up.
Zeke, probably. Loser. LOL, Cowboys.
No, so his rookie year, 4.8 a carry, then 3.9, then 4, and then last year, or I guess 2 years ago at this point, had a great year at 4.9. And then this year he's 3.4 yards a carry. Like, that's Ray Rice when he decided to try out for kicker and then didn't get another spot in the league. And now we got this guy.
Ray Rice was averaging 3.1 before he.
I thought it was 3.3.
And you're thinking of Kareem Hunt for the kick. Ray Rice hit her with the right. Okay.
Oh, whatever.
No, I'm just saying, don't just come in disrespecting Ray Rice. Ray Rice didn't do shit wrong.
Oh yeah, 3.1 for Ray Rice, coming off of 4.4. So yeah, I think this deal is gonna wind up aging like
Tonio. What did I say? Ray Rice was averaging 3.1 before he did that. Okay, stop, Chris. Stop.
Hey, and real quick, Chris, on that Saquon shit.
And that's a goddamn Super Bowl champion. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Tonio.
72 or 73% catch percentage, 30 yards a year or a game. Catch it. That's crazy. I mean, it don't sound like a lot, but for a running back, it's probably a lot.
Not bad for a running back.
Speaking of running backs, Austin Eckler got on down. What do we think he does? And Washington, I was looking at what Matt was saying. Washington is trying to get competitive, and this Magic Johnson dog, he hate losing, bro. Magic Johnson hate fucking losing. What do we think, man? We think he gonna look good out there in Washington, or
Absolutely. As long as they get Jaden Daniels or Drake May, they're gonna look just fine. I think they're gonna be all right. I do think Cliff Kingsbury being an offensive coordinator, not a head coach, is gonna do incredible things, especially if they get Jaden Daniels. I think that's going to be fucking bonkers. But if Tonio's correct and the Bears are going to go ahead and get MJ or MHJ, I think getting Caleb Williams with Cliff Kingsbury again is going to be awesome. I know Tonio hates on him, but Jaden Daniels sitting there, I think that's going to be a fucking really great. And then Dan Quinn on the defensive side, I know he's the head coach, but him fixing that defense a little bit more than we're thinking, because I'm telling you that defense is going to turn around. That's exactly what happened to the Cowboys. As soon as he got there, turned that shit right around, and the Cowboys were super formidable. The Redskins might be hard to beat. They'll get beat a lot, but I think they'll be hard to beat, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. And I don't. DeAndre Swift went to the Bears. I don't care.
Who cares?
And Aaron Jones going to the diminishing Vikings. Billy.
Yes.
We talked about it. We talked about it earlier. Baker signing for 3 more years and Mike staying on for $52 million. We like it. Mike, you can't hate on Mike. 1,000 yards a year, every year.
Yep.
He gonna do what he need to do. One of the best receivers in the league. Top 5 every year. No need to go on to that. T. Higgins. This is really interesting, right? He got franchise tag and requested a trade immediately. Who do you think, Chris and Billy, who do y'all think targets him?
Nobody. I think
It'd have to be a team with a young quarterback, because you're gonna have to pay him a shitload of money.
The only team I could really see him going to is maybe Jacksonville if they got the cap, but I don't think they have the cap. Or the fucking Chiefs, but I don't see the Bengals doing that.
Nah, I don't either.
I could see if
$41 million in cap, and I think that's exactly what T is going to give you. And it's somebody who can actually catch the fucking ball. So
the Patriots always need receivers, and I'm sure they're going to be getting a quarterback this year.
Patriots got so much fucking money. So much fucking money. It's bonkers.
I would say Washington, but they don't. Washington got receivers. Do we like who?
I think we like 3rd with cap space, maybe 2nd.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cap space. I don't know. It's interesting. Do we think Jerry Jeudy's gonna have a breakout year at the Browns?
1,000,000,000%.
What about you, Chris?
I've always thought he was like an off-brand Amari Cooper, so I think going there with Coop, hopefully Coop can coach him up a little bit and get him to where he needs to be. But breakout might be strong. I think he'll look like a solid 3.
A 3 is, I mean, I don't know. It ain't hard for him to have a breakout year coming from where he come with his numbers looking like what they've been looking like. So breakout ain't that strong.
Well, I will say though, Steve Smith did say that he was just a guy. So if Steve Smith Sr. says something, I'm gonna agree with him, especially about the receiver position.
Can't really disagree with Steve Smith. So.
And he'll fight you, and he's 5'8". So
yeah, he probably winning like 90% of them fights.
I wouldn't disagree with Steve Smith either. I value my health.
Gabe Davis. Does that make Jacksonville better? I think so.
Yes, as long as Christian Kirk isn't your number one, and I love Christian Kirk. When they signed him, y'all were saying they overpaid. I think they paid exactly for what they wanted to get, just to get a receiver to help out G. Larry. And I think they lose Ridley. Don't get me wrong, Ridley's better than Gabe Davis, but I think Gabe brings maybe a more playoff atmosphere, a more playoff culture with him being with Buffalo. And I think that goes overlooked a lot.
Speaking
think
of
that's why they don't
my
get
fault.
better. Yeah, I think that's why they don't get better because they basically replace Ridley with Davis. I don't think it's a massive downgrade, but I don't think they're better necessarily.
Speaking of Ridley, what the fuck is the Titans GM doing? 4 years, almost $100 million. You don't have a quarterback. Like, bro, everybody's saying, what's the name is gonna be good, but y'all still talking about, oh well, Malik Willis looked good in training camp. Like, he might compete for the. Come on, bro.
Will Levis
$100
looks
million?
fine.
Yeah, Will Levis there. We don't know. They don't know. Is what's the name coming back? The starting quarterback?
Tannehill.
Tannehill, is he going back?
He's
No,
free
I
agent.
doubt it.
Nobody signed him.
Someone's gonna sign him, Todio, you silly goose.
I wouldn't. I don't know, man. And Michael Pittman gets 3 years, $70 million. Is
Got
that
paid.
terrible? Or
Yep.
you think
Deserved.
it's terrible, Billy? Oh, okay. I was thinking that was deserved. Billy, won't get into these tight ends, man.
We can get the tight ends really quick. We don't got to go over everybody. I think Zach Ertz to the Commanders, another Commanders move, I think is a perfect one if they get the quarterback right.
Ertz went from being one of the best tight ends in the league to getting traded to Arizona and disappearing. So I'm curious to see what he'll look like in Washington.
Well, Philly did him a favor. They were like, hey, where do you want to go? We got Goddard. We don't really want you, but pick your place. He picked Arizona. Bad choice. Now he's going to do well in Washington.
I don't know, man. Somebody said Zach Ertz. It was like a couple more players that looked like Jerry Rice and Dan Marino and them in that fucking commercial where they re-put the pads on so they can come back. That's what they said. Zach Ertz gonna look back, and I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree.
He'll be a nice sleeper in fantasy.
Yeah.
Chris, don't fucking throw my draft strategy out here.
All right, man. Damn, the Lakers beating the Kings already. Offensive lineman, bread and butter. Billy, I know you hate it. We're gonna go over a few of them.
Just a few. We're not hitting every name on this list.
What was the best signing, Chris? I know Billy hates offensive linemen.
I'll cover this and I got to bounce. To me, the best signing, I'm probably biased here, but I think Tyler Biadasz to the Commanders. They get a great center, and another big loss for the Cowboys. Dan Quinn brings him and foreshadowing a D lineman from Dallas with him to Washington. I think he's gonna do wonders for Eckler and whichever rookie quarterback they draft.
All right, well, Chris go do great things. We'll hold it down for you, man. We'll see you next Wednesday. Hey, like we said, man, make sure y'all check out Chris this Saturday. I think Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday, Halton Theater. Doors at what did I say? Doors at 7. Yeah, show at 8.
Doors at 7. Show at 8. Chris them on at 10. Remember.
Appreciate it, Chris.
All right, man. Billy, the best off, huh? Yeah, it's been a while. The best offensive signing is going to be the Eagles bringing back Landon Dickerson.
That's what I was going to say. Yes, the whole time.
Top 5 offensive lineman core. They already lost Jason Kelsey, so to retain a piece of that line, like you said, man, you can get a good center. You can find a good center, man.
Yeah.
You gotta find a good center, actually. But the center
you
doesn't
think
always
Jalen can just make a good center, if that makes any sense.
You said Jalen?
Yeah, I think Jalen can help a center, especially getting some tutelage from Jason. You know what I'm saying? Like some kind of like, hey, look for these things.
What I would like for the Eagles to do, if Jason wanted to do it, is for them to bring him back as like some type of offensive line coach or something. Like, yeah. And if the Eagles can talk him into doing that, then yeah, he can get some help. But I think a quarterback can coach up a center, coach up a center to be great. Like go and motivate him and be like, hey, bro, it's me and you. Without you, I can't be me. So yeah. Did you want to talk any?
you care if we break from actual free agent talk to a little off the field talk for Jason Kelce?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man. I know, and it's a weird spot because we're gonna talk about the Caleb Williams crying and shit like that, like how he's soft. Watching New Heights. I know you've seen New Heights clips, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Watching, and we talked about this on the phone a little bit. Watching Travis and Jason do their show, and talk about it when Jason was just talking about the retirement, him trying to hold in the tears and him trying not to, just kind of cry on the show. What a move by his brother, I think is. I don't have a brother other than you, really, who I don't know. I know I'm not the best with if something's going down, whatever. But with Jason kind of breaking down on that show and Travis just sitting here, I'm with you, brother. That's it. That's all he said, dude. And he just kind of sat there and we waited for Jason to kind of get his thoughts and his mood together. Really, I thought was incredible. I thought it was an amazing thing to watch. Like as I'm watching my phone, I'm just like, this is just it. Like, and I'm not gonna say incredible 100 times. I know I've already said it, but it was just so moving to see, and then seeing. Go ahead.
Well, as my brother, if I was around you and I was going through something like that, all I needed to hear, like for confirmation to know that it'll be all right, is I'm with you, I got you, and that's enough, man. I know, like you said, it's kind of hard because we shitting on Caleb Williams, but it's okay for men to be emotional. We just shitted on Caleb Williams because he was being a hoe. Like he was being a hoe. That's a difference. Jason was letting out emotions because you gotta think about what just transpired, Billy. I just won a Super Bowl, or I was just in the Super Bowl against my brother 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Should have went to the Super Bowl again. We were promising. We looked good early. Didn't. Now I'm calling it quits. I get to go see my brother win another Super Bowl because that's still my brother. Now I can be just Jason Kelce, not Jason Kelce of the Eagles. Yeah. I can be Jason Kelce so I can support my family. So that's emotional. Probably sitting there with his family watching Travis do what he did in the Super Bowl. That is, and then coming to the end of the season and being like, fuck, I'm gonna call it quits. And I know the people in Philadelphia, I told you that was probably one of the craziest games I've ever been to, like live, where I thought, like, damn, these Philly fans don't give a fuck. Me and Taylor was sitting there waiting. Only people we saw more Broncos fans. Then you look out into the fucking parking lot and it's like a sea of fucking seaweed. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, that's the Philly fan. Even Joel Embiid there. So I know he got love in Philly, man. So a bunch of emotions, man. There ain't really no words that you could say to me in that moment. It's just like, hey, man, I got you. That's all I need to hear, man. Let me just get it out and then come back. Because, yeah, it was dope. And I think Travis Kelce a bitch. I got to reiterate that. But I like Jason Kelce because, first of all, he played a position I played in high school. Center is near and dear to me. I love that shit. I probably shouldn't have played that if I would have went to a bigger school. But I did, and I did it.
Play is center.
I think so. Because fumble snap. Look at the dude from Alabama. He had to transfer schools. Hey, that shit's not a game. So, yeah, bro, that's one of them dope ass moments, man.
Yep.
I do think getting back on the field, though. I think.
No, hold on, real fast. I just gonna pause you one more time. I know, but it's just like I don't know. It really messed with me emotionally because I know we had a conversation on the phone that I was not the best at when you were kind of going through a hard time, and it's really resonated with me, this specific thing, just because I don't think I was there. Like I was able to do what I like. I think it's just because I've never seen it, but me seeing it. Hold up.
Okay.
But like I was saying, on the one where the next one, it was like after his retirement, Travis, he was like, I don't think you'll ever be able to understand what you did for me. And then Travis kind of starts breaking down. And he was like, you made football so much fun, and I would not be in where I'm at in life without you and shit like that. And it was just so heartfelt. It was so from like the soul. And I know you don't like Travis Kelce, but dude, seeing the clip, man, I was just like, God damn. The closeness that they have is just like you see it in New Heights like every time they do it. But for this specific part, bro, I was like, God damn, like I've been not failing, I guess I'm not going to say, but like it just was. There were so many different levels of like the closeness of that I didn't think like me and you have, right? That I just didn't think was like graspable, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it, bro. Because I started grasping. You know what made me draw me closer to us being like, hey, man, it's my brother now. It was and rest in heaven to Trent, bro. Like when you told me that about Trent, I was like, yo, I gotta check on Billy a lot. Cause you never like your real homeboys, your real friends, man. Like you never think about. I just hit Taylor up, my homeboy from down there. I was just like, bro, you straight? Just saying some shit like that, cause dog, like you just never know what somebody going through, and you don't think about it a lot. Like when you got like, especially when we in our field, like, bro, you just think everybody's straight because you getting up and you going, and most of the days be shitty, and you like, fuck, I'm just going through the day. I gotta go home, be with the family. I gotta do all of this, and then you like, damn, I probably should reach out. Nah, it's like he'll be straight, and then I'm just like, nah, man, what if Billy ain't all right? What if you had a bad day, bro? Like, hey, man, you straight? Yeah, and that's simple. You straight. The shit was crazy because I hit shout out to Taylor. I hit and Marcus. I hit Taylor up, and he was like, damn, I was just talking about you to Marcus, dog. My other homeboy from the coast. I was like, hey, everybody all good, both of y'all straight. And like that, bro. I talk to Dre every day. Of course, me and Butler roommates. I talk to Tyreek. Try to talk to my brother Trey every day. My sister. I talk to people every day, man. Like check them kids, even though I'm not down there, bro. Like, so yeah, bro. Like you never know. And seeing shit like that, like seeing it put on social media from like other family members, you like, damn, bro, you really gotta do that shit. Like you really gotta it, and you know, like I said, man, especially for men, because I know a lot of dudes watch this show, bro. You be emotional, bro. Just know how to fight. I feel like Caleb Williams can't fight. That's what we talk about.
I like how you bring it back in full circle. My thing is, show your emotions, man. You can cry in the truck. You know what I'm saying? Let it out. Bro. You gotta be a dad at some point. Speaking of being a dad, these pass rushers, man. Josh Allen getting franchise tagged in Jacksonville, I think is bonkers to me. You got to sign that, man. What are y'all doing over there? I think that's the biggest miss. I know we've been doing the whole segment, the best signing, but I think that's the biggest miss. Not just signing that motherfucker. Why are you not doing that?
Man, I don't. This one don't make sense to me at all. Like, it really doesn't make sense. I don't know why. What are you saving money for? You got your quarterback, you got a receiver, you got. I don't know what you looking for. If I could, because it's always a method to somebody's madness, Billy. What position are they like? Hey, we can't sign him because we going after this, or we got to pay this. What position? Like, what are they? I don't know, man. I don't know, because they're too high in the draft for us to say, hey, man, they finna go and get this motherfucker. And he got to get paid. I don't know, Billy. That one caught me off guard. Like a motherfucker. Shaq Barrett, that caught me off guard. Yeah. I didn't think already declining defense down there. I didn't think they were going to let go of him. But I guess he's getting older, maybe. Like,
yeah, he looks like a 1-year deal too. So I mean, maybe that was just him trying to say, like, hey, I still got it. Pay me back on the back end or some shit.
Maybe. The bigged one was Chris Jones, though. Like, the Chiefs, I was trying to figure out what the fuck they was waiting on. Like, hey, maybe they signed him for 1 year so they could get more money to sign him for 5. Yeah. But they locked him in. That is by far, hands down, the best defensive player on their team. If they would have let him go.
Sneed's a close second. I know you like the Mississippi guys, but
yeah, I mean Sneed, but Chris Jones make the big plays and the big times for them. So
yeah,
that's what and we have seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
Who else caught you off guard, or who else shocked you?
Danielle Hunter to the Texans. Not a shock, but the Texans, dude, they're doing something.
Making moves.
They're
making moves, man.
Look, everyone's waiting for a sophomore slump for CJ Stroud, and I think the way they're putting on this team, excuse me, Re-signing Dalton Schultz. Watch out for Houston, man. The AFC is just loaded.
Holding up. Holding up.
And then I got one more. Brandon Graham signing with the Eagles is great. I said one more. I lied. Christian Wilkins to the Raiders, 4 years, $110 million. I like that signing. The Ravens, we also signed Justin Matabike to a big deal. Good for him. I think he's great, especially in a 3-4 where you're that nose tackle that's literally holding down 3 fucking blocks trying to stop that run.
Yeah. Let's go to the linebackers, Billy. Levante David, I thought he was going to get up out of there. I ain't going to lie to you.
Okay.
I thought he was going to get up out of there. Bucks did their thing, signed him back for 1 year. Matt said it. Shout out to Matt. Patrick Queen is going to go and look the best he's looked in a couple years down there in Pittsburgh. I know you hate to hear that, but he will.
So let me go in on this if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Patrick Queen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this dude is a bum or a bust or a fucking loser. None of that. But he wasn't doing shit. We were not going to sign him again, right? We as the Ravens.
Yeah.
We were not going to sign him until Roquan came in. And then now Patrick Queen looks unbelievable. And he did. He looked very good. Now, if you're looking at me, and I've said this I think 2 times already on the show. I watched 20 Ravens games last year. Patrick Queen is not that guy. He gets numerous times in a game, he's getting blown coverages. Numerous times in a game, he's getting ran over by a running back. He's not making the tackles.
In that Chiefs game, he disappeared.
The smallest he looked all season was against the Chiefs when you needed him to look the best.
Yeah.
I will say Matt said it the best. A big shout out to Matt. I know he's not here today. But he will go to Pittsburgh and he's going to look really, really good because of the rest of the talent on that defense. Minkah Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt. He's gonna look great, but all those are big fugays.
Yeah. And the last one we talk about is Bobby Wagner. That's another one of the crew that they said like that was Zach Ertz. They said that was them strapping it up. Do we think Bobby Wagner still got it, Billy? But
yeah.
How good does he look on his Washington defense?
Look, so Washington also got Frankie Luvo for 3 years. I think Washington, we just talked about Houston doing something. Washington might be doing a little something, man. Cliff Kingsbury, who I've already crushed on the show, getting over there to fix a little bit of the offense. Dan Quinn going over there, he's going to turn that defense around in 5 seconds. Washington might be somebody to look out for. And when I say look out for, I mean the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. Look out for what Washington's about to be doing. Because the Giants, they ain't got it.
All right. Well, let's get to these defensive backs, and let's get to a team that need a little help back there, specifically, or a lot. The year before Eagles re-signing Gardner Johnson. How you feel about that?
Great pick. Good re-signing. I understand. Yeah. Hold on. He was getting burnt. Okay, when I say burnt, I mean burnt, right? Getting burnt. But it was just him. I think if the Eagles get a little bit of help back there, kind of eases up for him to kind of play with what he has.
Well, that's what I was about to say about the Eagles. Dog, they needed something because Bradbury was getting toasted every game last year.
Yeah.
Darius Slay didn't look good either without Gardner Johnson. So I'm hoping like he becomes back to being big play Slay because he was just getting big plays made on him last year. It was bad. That secondary is hurting bad. Who's the next signing that just jumps off of the list to you?
Kevin Bard to the Bears for 2 years. I think he kind of got the short end of the stick going to Philly. That defense, I feel like it's really on the coordinators for that, how that defense was getting let down because they had some players over there. Kevin Bard, I think, got the short end of the stick going in mid-season. I think the Eagles not understanding the playbook, the coaches being the Eagles translated to the players not really knowing what the fucking playbook was or what to do. So yeah, I just think he's going to do really well for the Bears. I really like the Bears defense already. They do lose Jalen Johnson, but I think that was a great signing too.
Who lost Jalen Johnson?
The
The Bears didn't lose Jalen Johnson. He re-signed with them for 70.
no resign. Excuse me. Him re-signing whatever I just said. Him re-signing with the Bears is going to be great.
Let's see. That's the one that was going to jump out. Him getting 76 million kind of jumped out. For me, how do you feel about Carlton Davis going to Detroit?
I know Matt's not here, so let me put on my fucking Detroit Lions hat real fast. Fantastic signing. I do think they need one more person on maybe that defensive line, but I think they also go in the draft and maybe get another corner to just kind of balance some of that out. Losing on that Jeff Okudah pick on that 3rd overall he did a couple years ago. Detroit's going to be really good too. Man, it's just getting, dude, it's so crazy talking about free agency like this is just so fucking bonkers to me. What about Tyrann Mathieu signing with the Saints again? You think that's a great sign?
Man, the Saints had that defense was the best thing going for them at one point. It might still be the best thing going for them, actually. 13.75, yeah, league minimum, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know for real. I don't know how I feel about Tyrann Mathieu. He ain't been the honey badger in a couple seasons, bro.
He's old, dude. What do you want from him?
Yeah, so I'm guessing he getting his chicken. Like, so I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like safety like that. Like, Ed Reed didn't go outside. I don't think Tyrann Mathieu going outside. I just you don't hear him. Ain't nobody like, damn, they got the honey badger anchoring that defense. Nobody saying that. So yeah, let me ask you this, Billy.
Go ahead.
Because we got through this way faster than I thought we was. Who's the best free agent still on the market?
Honestly, dude, looking at the list right now, I'm gonna go 3 players. If I'm breaking the rules, you can tell me.
No, it's not so.
Tyron Smith, Trent Brown, and DJ Reader. Best players sitting there. The Ravens, I want them to get both of those tackles. That's what I want. But probably not. If we get one, I think that's going to be a great signing. I just don't see another team who needs a tackle going to get one of those guys. So maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm kind of looking at a little blinders. What about you?
Well, you know me. I'm going offensive lineman, dog. Like, I'm going both of them offensive linemen. I'm just switching the defensive player. Instead of DJ Reader, I'm going Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney still has a fucking motor, bro. Like, his motor is still going. Like, he ain't no every down fucking.
Played really well for the Ravens.
He did. He looked good. Like, so, but he not every down, but no tackle or end is anymore in the league. So, getting him out there for a couple series, he'll make something happen. I think he had like a sack every game with the Ravens or something like that.
Yeah, because he only played with us for like 8 games. He had a sack every game.
Every game, bro. That's good as fuck.
Excuse me.
8 sacks in 8 games ain't bad. Like, nope. if he plays all 20 games, he got 20 sacks.
I think it was the system too with who else we had. Kyle Van Noy had a lot of sacks. He's old as shit too. Even Owe, I think, is developing into something a better pass rusher than we thought. I do think it is kind of weird for the Ravens specifically, not to keep talking about my team, but this is just kind of where we're at. I think if we can kind of maybe get a re-sign, depending on what kind of deal he's looking for, if he's looking for just money, that's probably not for us.
Yeah, but
look how well he played in the system.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he thinking about himself career-wise, and I would go back to where I just had 8 sacks in 8 games. Because like I said, if I come here and have 1 sack every game and we're going to the AFC Championship, now I got 21 sacks or 20 sacks. And 20 sacks, if you think about it, Billy, that's league leading. That's not no easy feat, bro. And let me get 2 in 1 game. Oh, yeah. I'm going for it, bro. So I just, it just depends. I think he done made his money. Like I ain't counting nobody's pockets, but I think if you think about it, like realistically, he done made his bread, so he can't be paying for that. The only thing missing in his itinerary is a Super Bowl ring.
No, for sure.
How would I feel going to a team I know I play well in the system, and I got a chance every year because I got Lamar. Why would I want to switch that up? Did we miss anything in football, Billy?
We could talk Justin Fields again. We kind of covered it with quarterbacks too, dude. We did kind of.
Yeah, we did.
You know, I got a surprise for you though. You ready?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
Now, I know you were saying you don't want to be the show covering it, but we skipped a week. LeBron James, more than 40,000 points, gets on the cusp. What is it, 40,096 right now? It's probably a little more with the Lakers playing tonight.
Yeah, they playing tonight. He probably over. It's probably like second quarter now, so he probably 4,100 or 40,100 now.
But again, hold on, let me shit on LeBron real fast because I don't think I do that enough as a LeBron fan. The picture, we got to stop with the picture. We have said that 100 times. It's played out.
Yeah, the picture. I mean, but I think the NBA will never retire, bro. Like they'll never. That's gonna be everybody's pick, bro. Like, and if somebody like, I don't know, if Donovan Mitchell can do it, I know LeBron James can do it, bro. Like Devin Booker did it. Luka, LeBron James, greatest player to ever play the game, should be able to do it. Billy, what if I told you a person with 10,000 rebounds and 10,000 assists also had 40,000 points? Would you believe it? Would you believe that, bro? Like,
no, because the way the media, you could say the media is on LeBron's side, and they are not. They are about crushing LeBron's legacy and trying to destroy everything to keep Jordan up on this pedestal and making it seem like it's a longevity stat. It is, and that's how great he is how long he's been doing it.
Shout out to the we done with the 90s and the 80s guy who's been exposing all these people. Like, shout out to him, letting you know, like, and like I've been saying, bro, like nobody's trying to diminish what Michael Jordan did, right? Like he's his first feature athlete in basketball, like the one that Nike wanted to make the GOAT. So they did it, bro. But bro, shit is meant to happen. Like only thing we might never see in our lifetime a better quarterback than Tom Brady. We see Pat Mahomes getting close, but I don't think he'll surpass Tom Brady before we get up out of here. He could, but I don't think he will. Because once Andy Reid calls it quits, I think Andy Reid calls it quits before Pat gets up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we might not see that, bro. You was gonna see a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. Matter of fact, you might have already seen him in Kobe Bryant. Like rest in heaven, Kobe Bryant. That was Michael Jordan 2.0, but a lot of people don't want to say that. Yeah, 2.0 means those moves you got, I made them better. Like not, I just did the same ones. I made them better. Kobe had probably best footwork in the game, bro, other than Keem Olajuwon. No, so we probably seen it, bro. But then you get this young kid out of Akron, straight out of high school, because nobody want to say it. And like I said, bro, Kobe top 5, dog, all the time. But Kobe struggled straight out of high school. Kevin Garnett struggled straight out of high school.
Yep.
LeBron was franchise leading right out of high school, like straight from St. Vincent, St. Mary's to fucking whatever the arena called in Cleveland. I can't remember it. I should know it. I watched so many games. Straight there, bro. From his own teammate. And like he said, bro, then nobody want me to. I know that it's on the tip of my tongue. Then nobody want him to make it, bro. His own teammates is on the very popular video. Yeah, we got guys in this position already ready to do what he doing. He gonna have to come in and learn. My teammate saying this, bro. I just
welcome back, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Did my promo obligation, so I'm back.
Look at that.
Two job Chris. Crazy.
We were just talking, Chris, just about the greatness of LeBron, the longevity stats. You could say the only reason he's better in all these categories is longevity. Me and Tony were just kind of glossing over the fact that, yeah, that's how great he is that he's able to do this for this long.
The best ability is availability.
Bingo.
Fieldhouse, Billy. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I don't believe it was
Rocket Mortgage. No, that's not Rocket. It wasn't Rocket Mortgage when he started, though.
I know.
But again, how many pictures have you seen from LeBron James started in the NBA when this was popular, and it was like him with a CD player. It was him with a fucking flip phone at WWE in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fuck, man, this dude's
With
been
Stone
doing
Cold in the ring, I think it was.
Yeah, it's like, bro, that's the thing. Is like
Fucking crazy.
This guy, like Michael Jordan, and then I'm going to touch on your Kobe point too, because Kobe also guarded the best player. He didn't just guard the two guard, which Michael Jordan did. And Michael Jordan, hey, hold on. Like you said, this is not to diminish what Michael did. How many times? 9-time defensive player of the year, 7-time defensive player of the year.
But yes,
that's 9. That's hard to do. But when you're not guarding the best player, it ain't as hard to fucking do.
Well, also when Mike played, it wasn't a wing league. When Mike played, it was a big man league, and he wasn't guarding bigs. LeBron's playing in a wing era, guarding during his prime. He was guarding the best player, whether that was Derrick Rose, a point guard, or whether that's
Kevin Durant
or whoever else. Yeah, Durant.
Him. And we're
after the first game in the fucking finals that they beat the Spurs, after Tony Parker cooked them, LeBron James started guarding Tony Parker. Right? Like as a point guard, it's like
yes,
dog.
And we're just glossing over. And I don't know.
Go ahead, like I said, man, I ain't trying to diminish Michael Jordan at all. I know what he means to the game, but when Scottie Pippen is there, like, and when your own Phil Jackson, hey, Scottie Pippen is the best all-around player in the NBA. That came out of Phil. I didn't put that in Phil Jackson. I didn't make that up. I didn't. Like, if you look at the stat lines like they do LeBron, like when they say LeBron led every team in every statistic, Scottie Pippen led the Bulls in every statistic except for one. Billy, you know what that was?
Points,
dog. Well, you should.
I think the stat that I always go to is when Jordan did his little retirement, the Bulls only lost like 4 less games or some shit.
Yes, they went from the best team ever to literally only losing 4 more games the next year.
And then when LeBron leaves the team, they go from first seed in the playoffs to 19 wins and drafting Kyrie Irving first overall.
But see, 19. That's the thing too. And I don't know if this is every media member or just maybe the specific ones I've seen, but they're sitting here and they're saying, well, LeBron ruins the team because he gets all these pieces together. It's like, well, how did he ruin it when they were doing so well and then he leaves and then they suck so fucking bad? And we go to that Kyrie pick. They also picked Anthony fucking Bennett with number 1 and Andrew Wiggins without LeBron James there. That franchise was in fucking shambles when he left. The Heat took it second. Now they got Eric Spoelstra, who's probably the best coach in the NBA right now. When he left, Chris Bosh had a fucking heart condition. You know, praise to him. Hopefully he's doing really well. Dwayne Wade, his knees were so fucking shot. It looked like me and Tonio out. Well, not Tonio because he's a little better. It looked like me out there trying to fucking take it to the rack, and I just couldn't do it because my knees have no fucking bearings on them in any way. But LeBron doing this, man, and him taking these Lakers, we praise Luka. And Chris, we're gonna shit on your fucking Mavericks for a second. We do nothing but praise Luka and talk about how he's the future of the motherfucking NBA and da-da-da-da-da. He's 1 win better than the fucking old-ass Lakers with LeBron James. But yet, he's the fucking the end-all, be-all of these fucking European players. Let me give another shout-out while I'm in this little rant that I'm in. Shout-out Gilbert Arenas talking about we've changed the rules so much for these European players who don't fucking know how to play defense at all. Luka is nothing but a liability on defense. He don't even get in the way. He doesn't know how to defend a pick and roll. And I'm not saying I could go to the NBA because this is another thing on Facebook and Twitter that I'm in arguments where I'm like, Luka can't fucking defend a pick and roll. And they're like, well, what are you doing? I'm not a fucking NBA player, stupid. What the fuck? Are you crazy? Luka cannot. You could literally.
I can't stand that fucking argument, man.
It's so dumb. If you went to the WNBA, you would get cooked. Like, no shit. These women are way better than I am. But
why don't you come cook meals up in the Navy like I can, though, bitch?
Yeah, see, yeah. Let him.
I'm first team all Navy. Fuck you. Tell him, Billy.
Thank you, Chris. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's the hype I needed. But what the fuck are we talking about? Luka sucks. He can score you a lot of points. Excuse me. He got to the Western Conference Finals. Good for him. He's done it 1 fucking time. LeBron James has been in his whatever division conference finals a fucking billion times. but we just shit on him because he doesn't win the big one. But Luka, oh, it's all good because whatever happened. Dirk, one of the best players of all time. I got him as the best power forward. I got him in my top 5 all time.
You got him over Timmy?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. He had a fucking 3-ball. Tim Duncan didn't know what to do. Nowhere past the fucking paint. Sorry.
Hey,
no
whoa. Oh,
no
okay.
disrespect to Timmy.
Wait. You saying he was the best foreigner of all or best power forward?
Power forward of all time. Yeah.
You fucking stupid. And I love you. You stupid as fuck. Tim Duncan is the best power forward ever played the game.
Yeah, I'm
and
a
that's
Mavs
because
fan, and I'll take the Spurs guy.
That's because he didn't have to. He played the position, Billy, like power forward.
I understand. His name was
shooting.
literally the big fundamental. I understand.
So what's wrong with it?
I'm not saying that unequivocally Dirk is better. Look, hold
Let me
on.
apologize for calling you stupid. The Dirk take not far off, but there's no power forward ever played a game better than Tim Duncan.
No, that's what I'm saying. I understand that. I'm saying in my top 5, if I'm gonna start a fucking NBA team,
all right.
That's where I'm coming from. Not okay, like because if you said Tim Duncan's better than Dirk, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nope. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying.
I think in fairness to your point, I think Dirk's probably easier to build around than somebody who just does everything well but nothing necessarily great. Like Dirk was one of the best scorers we've ever seen.
But that's what I'm saying. So now I'm raising you this. Would Tim Duncan have won any of those championships without Greg Popovich, without Manu, without Bruce Bowen, without Tony Parker? That's what Dirk did. He did it. He got an old Jason Kidd. Hold on before we go. I know Tony Parker got old, right? Dirk did it with an old Jason Kidd. Dirk did it with Tyson Chandler as his number fucking 3. He did it with Ramondre Stevenson, not Ramondre Stevenson.
Deshaun
Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson, running back. Sorry.
Jason Terry at the 2.
Jason the Jet Terry at fucking 35 years old at the 2.
You had Caron Butler, who I think came back towards the end of the playoff run as well.
JJ Barea, who fucking cooked LeBron in the finals.
Barea went the fuck off, man.
And it was Dirk. That's what I'm saying. Where like if I'm looking at Dirk versus a Tim argument, that's where I'm looking at it.
We can cover this on a slow week because I definitely got some shit to say with this topic in general, but I don't think this is the week for it.
Tim won with Tiago Splitter. You don't even know who the fuck that is. That sounds like
I do.
Put in. And yeah, I mean, I'm saying Tiago Splitter sounds like some shit that comes with a drink at a Mexican restaurant. Get the fuck out of here. Get some of that Tiago Splitter with my margarita.
I cannot explain to you when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA championship, being a guy with a Heat hat, a Heat shirt, yelling at everybody in Buffalo Wild Wings in Game 6, talking about LeBron is about to fucking beat y'all's ass. Shut the fuck up. And then when they lost, I had to just sit at Buffalo Wild Wings. It was so bad, dude. I had to send my girlfriend at the time. I sent her home. I was just like, hey, you have to leave. Like, I just can't have you here for.
Was that somebody from Cedar Hill High?
Nah, it was shout out to Hannah Miller. If you're watching, I don't know why you would be, but no, it was I had just moved. I was in, I think I was going to Midlothian at the time, or I was about to. No. I was in Farmers Branch, but no, I was like, hey, you have to go. I was in Waxahachie, Texas, at the Buffalo Wild Wings. Me and Trent, we spent like $65 on this food, right? Well, spent. But it was
back when $65 actually got you some food too.
Yeah. Oh no, we was there.
Y'all probably had about 70 wings and 2 burgers for that price. $65 to get you about 2 chicken strips now.
No, dude, I was getting so many, not death threats, because I'm just saying there were so many people that were like, all right, let's go outside. And I was like, hey, there's 9 of y'all. There's me and Trent over here. Like, this is not the numbers are not adding up. We just left.
Better be glad you wasn't with me, Billy, because we would have went outside. We would have got this shit, but hey,
calm down, Cam.
we would have went outside. What the fuck you mean?
There was I just watching Dirk play, and it was because it was killing me inside, right? Because when I played basketball, like I was like, I want to be Dirk Nowitzki. That's why Tony, you see my shot? That's Dirk's fucking shot. But it's crazy to like remember being there in the time. It was, you missed it, Chris. Me and Antonio talked about Trent a little bit. So it was just so crazy being in that situation when that was going down. I was making $10 bets with like tables and like these family. There was like dudes and like being a dad now, like I'm thinking like that would have been me. But there was these dads like, you're a fucking retard. You don't know shit. Why do you live in Dallas? Da 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 da. All type of shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? LeBron sucks and all this shit. It was just fucking. It was such a bonkers fucking time.
Dude, I don't think it would have been as bad if it wasn't the Heat in the finals. But after that shit in 06 where fucking Wade got every single fucking foul call when a foul wasn't even fucking made, and they lost that series, like you was asking for it at that point.
No, and I didn't realize it until someone literally, like exactly what Chris just said, was like, they should have won in 06 either, and that's why we're gonna the next Monday.
And Chris,
woo!
oh, good. Hey Chris, and that's why you gotta get off this Luka train because Dirk got you there twice.
I mean, Dirk had a similar game as Luka though, just all offense, no defense at all.
He was
Luka
not a
just needs to get him a.
He wasn't a liability on defense.
Yeah, they could put him on somebody, bro. Like it wasn't that many. It wasn't that many fours just killing Dirk back then. Like he just, hey man, the game plan is run it through Dirk. That was not what it was.
I mean, the fours at the time, the top fours at the time was Duncan and KG, and KG wasn't winning shit in Minnesota. And Duncan ran through the fucking the West constantly.
Dirk still had to guard both of them. If it was like, bro,
he ain't had to guard nobody else. So look at who Luka got to guard.
Imagine if KG. Hold on, before we disrespect KG. KG went to 2 Western Conference Finals in Minnesota.
Luka, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He still had to guard KG.
Wally Zerbiak out there hitting threes for KG.
I just want to say this: Luka got it easy, bro. Because imagine he had to guard like. Bro, think about the athletic ass point guards that he would have had to guard. All these dudes like quick as fuck, but Derrick Rose would have took flight on Luka. Deron Williams, a younger CP. They all putting Luka in the mix, man. Luka got it kind of easy because everybody like to shoot the three now. But back then, man, he would have been dunked. He would have been like Wemby, bro. Wemby been getting his ass dunked on for the last month and a half.
That's because Wemby weigh about 36 pounds.
He get a lot of blocks, bro, but he like the Cowboys, like with the interception.
Bro, you know who Wemby reminds me of, honestly?
Please.
I don't know how long you've been a semi-Mavericks fan, but you remember Sean Bradley?
Yeah.
7'6", motherfucker built like newborn baby Jesus, 8 pounds 6 ounces.
Hey,
anytime
man.
Somebody would come to the paint, he'd either block the shot or he'd be on his fucking back afterwards. It wasn't in between. That's who Wemby remind me of.
Hey, but you remember in Space Jam when Sean Bradley's talking to the therapist and he's just like, maybe I can go back and work on the farm. And he's just
he's from like Idaho or some shit, ain't he?
I think he's from isn't he from
like way the fuck up north?
From fucking but
I don't mean college, I mean like state-wise. He's somewhere up in the Midwest.
Maybe I can go back.
He's sitting on the
he was tall as fuck on that couch.
Yeah,
he was 7'6", just like
Muggsy, and then like Muggsy takes up like half the fucking.
Hey, he was tall as fuck on that couch.
What are you saying? That I'm trying to disobey my mama? But I love my mama.
God. But back to the topic, bro. 40, 10, and 10 is crazy, Billy. I don't think because LeBron is averaging, I think, 3rd most points since the break. Shocker.
Whoops.
He's still at 25, 7-7 for year 21. Bro might put it out of reach at like 45.
Yeah.
And then like we'll never see this again. I think
is there anybody currently that could even like that we think even has a chance to approach his shit?
It would have to be actively, bro. It would have to be Kevin Durant, but
I think it's Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is too, but he's like 16. I think he's like not 16,000. He might be
correct. Kevin Durant's at 28,500 points.
Yeah,
but he the one that's closest actively. Like it ain't Steph, is it?
No, might be not Chris Paul.
No, Kevin
think
Durant's the closest active player at 9. Next on the list would be James Harden at 21. And James Harden's not getting 15,000 more points to come close to 40.
It's over with, man.
Russell Westbrook at 25 ain't getting there.
Nope.
Steph Curry at 31. Steph Curry has almost half as many points. He's got 23,300 points.
I think Steph Curry, I think they say he had to play like 7 more seasons to even get close, bro. And that's shooting threes, and LeBron's still playing. So it ain't fair, bro. Like, it ain't. I think the numbers with Nick Wright, because I watched Nick Wright for LeBron takes, because he the only one that be like arguing.
Bro, Nick Wright's entertaining.
He is, bro. And his wife black, man. Shout out to that dude, bro. He knows where it's at.
Nick Wright's also
Hey, here's a stat for you. Joe Johnson is closer to Kevin Durant than Kevin Durant is to LeBron James. That's like
shit.
That's like the white Mamba take. Like, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
You know who could have like quietly got closer to LeBron? If he wouldn't have just retired and somebody would have just let him in a spot up? Carmelo. Carmelo top 10, right?
Melo is behind Durant by 300 points.
10.
Melo's 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, Melo would need 12,000 more to get close to LeBron if he retired today. That wouldn't have been possible.
Nick Wright,
28,000 points.
Huh?
Nick Wright is not half black.
I didn't think so.
Thought
he got like some. Is he Jewish?
He is a Jew. He's Polish.
With that big ass fucking nose, he's got to be.
Yeah, bro. I want to say he was Jewish. Billy's kind of Jewish. Yeah, we'll never see this again. I'm tired of defending LeBron. I just appreciate greatness, so you don't. I have, so you know it is what it is. Let's get to what Chris been waiting on. I know he put that shit because we talked about it. Kawhi is hurt.
This is why I said whenever we talked about the Clippers a long ass time ago, I'm not worried about what they're doing in the regular season. Paul George fragile, Kawhi Leonard fragile, James Harden don't show up in May and June. Like, what I'm worried about.
I mean, it's still better than the Mavs.
They are.
Y'all don't won 3 in a row and they still better than y'all. They don't lost the last 8 or 9. That's crazy as fuck. Cat, the Timberwolves, Bill. I told you, man. Something was gonna happen. I didn't wish it on them, but nobody never plays a full season for the bigs over there, bro. Cat meniscus tear. Say he might be back. But I just don't. In the West, not being 100%, having to go against either AD, Joker, I just don't. And the way it's shaking out, the Timberwolves would have to play either the Lakers or the Warriors, bro. First round.
Again, I don't want to. I wasn't saying I'm dying on that take. I just thought Minnesota might be able to pull it out. I love Anthony Edwards. Obviously, everybody does who watches basketball. But I just thought they would be in a little better position. I thought they were going to kind of do a Cleveland thing where maybe Denver would run away with the number 1 seed and Timberwolves are just kind of sitting behind them, just couldn't really get over on them. But let me go.
Don't get me wrong. They still ahead of Denver.
No, but I thought Denver was going to make a big ascension to the number 1 seed.
Well, you know, the player Chris been hating on all year got his team sitting real comfortable in that number 1 spot in the West.
I ain't been hating on Shy. I would rather have Luka.
Shy is the only person giving the Joker a run for MVP, Chris, and I think that number 1 spot, if he beats out, giving the Joker a run for the MVP. I'm sorry. If he beats out and wins, like keeps OKC at number 1, he win an MVP.
Well, Tonio, you and I have talked about this MVP award for years now, and it's not
a joke award.
It's a joke award. and it's gonna go to Shy. It doesn't. Shy could literally like he can get the Timberwolves, excuse me, the Thunder to the fucking 3rd seed, and he's still gonna win it because for some reason we don't want to give it to a guy because we're tired of him or whatever. Again, that's another LeBron rule that's happened to where we can't give it to this guy because he's got it fucking X amount of times. But even we see it in the NFL. We don't want to give it to Rodgers again. We don't want to give it to him because he's going out in the first round of the playoffs. We don't want to give it to Patrick Mahomes again. We don't want to see this over and over again.
No, the MVP is purely a regular season award. You have like Super Bowl MVP for the playoffs.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's in the NBA is a little different because we don't want Joker to win it 3 times, so we're going to give it to Embiid, even though Embiid should have won it the year before. But we could not give it to the Joker because of what he did. You could say it's a regular season award all you want, Chris, but it's not. It is hey, you just got bounced in the fucking first round of the playoffs. Don't care about what you had done to get to the first round of the playoffs.
I mean, I've always felt it was a joke, but once they gave it to Russell, I think it was unanimous the first year of that triple-double, and then he's not even top 3 in voting.
Even though he
2
did
years when he did the same shit. That just lets me know it's a joke award. Like, you didn't vote for him because he had a triple-double. You voted for him because Durant left him. Yeah. And it was a good story. Like, he wasn't the best player in the league that year.
I think I could get on board with the MVP award. If you come out and say, like, hey, we're just kind of looking for the best kind of scenario we can get.
It's just ridiculous.
But I got one more question.
Go ahead, Billy, because I got one take that you forgot about, but we're going to talk about it at the end of the show. Might catch
in the
Chris
show or to end the segment?
In the show.
All right, so then let me ask you to end the segment. Or hold on, are you keeping it in the NBA?
Nah, basketball, but not the NBA.
All right, so let me go one more and let me close out the segment. Tonio, can you and I say, and Chris wasn't on the show, I don't think last year, but were we wrong about Joe, and I want to just say is Mazzulla for the Celtics head coach? Were we wrong about that?
Nope.
Even though he has them at the number 1 seed and they are not going to lose the number 1 seed.
Nope. Because we're going to get right back to the playoffs and lose again.
All right, very well.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
And I'm actually very excited for this because I know exactly where you're coming from because you said I forgot about it, but I did not. It was in the back of my head. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, so you know what this month is, man. I know a lot of people, probably like you don't watch college football, so I know you probably don't watch college basketball until this month.
Definitely don't watch college basketball.
Everybody starts watching college basketball because it's March and it gets a little mad around this time. But we're going to talk about women's college basketball, to be exact. Me and Billy was talking on the phone, Chris, and I don't know. Well, you on the media, so I know you know this. Women's college basketball has replaced the men bad. Like, it's bad. I was telling Billy, like, I mean, if you're really into it, you know who the players is, but right off the top of your head, it's only like 3 players in college ball that you hear talked about, men's side. That's Bronny James, Rob Dillingham from Kentucky, and then his teammate, Shepherd. But if you go to the women's side of basketball, it's about 12. I was looking at the list, Billy. It's about 12 to 15 women, man. And I just name out a few. Juju, a freshman that's over there with Bronny. They was talking about her in high school because they played she played at Sierra Canyon too, I think. Juju doing her thing crazily. But she's not the biggest. Of course, the biggest name in college women's basketball is Caitlin Clark. The highest scoring player, not women, player, college basketball. That's crazy as fuck, Chris. Nobody never touched that, I don't think. Because not in the men's side, because nobody staying after more than 2 years. So they'll never catch it.
Shit, most of them didn't even stay in more than 1, no.
Exactly. Caitlin Clark, you got Cameron Brink for Stanford, Paige Buckers, UConn, Alyssa Peely, who is really, she's really good from Utah. I said Juju. You got Rory Harmon from Texas. You You got the big 6'7" center from South Carolina who just got her tackle on in the SEC championship game. Camila Cardoso. Talking about LSU, you got Anissa Monroe, you got Angel Reese, you got Flage, bro. It's so many different women that you could talk about, bro. And this is why they'll be better, Chris. And it's crazy to say, but most of them stay all 4 years. The NIL
it's not crazy though.
I mean, it's not, because the NIL is allowing them to make more money than they would in the WNBA
by a lot.
Like, so, you see, speaking of Caitlin, you see Caitlin, she got Nike, that's already there, but she on State Farm commercials, dog. Like, somebody said shoot, or somebody call, like, it's crazy. But the point me and Billy was making is, I think college basketball for the male side might be done. Like, I don't know. You haven't, other than Bronny, and that's because it's that. But Bronny's a really good player. We'll get into that on another day. To me, Bronny's really good. But the last player you heard that had all the hype around him was Zion Williamson. That was the last player, Chris. And Bronny played like 8 minutes a game, and he doing what he do. That's a really good stat line. If you play in a full game, you're getting more points. But am I wrong, Billy?
No, and you're not. And I was gonna try to cut you off, but you were done. But Bronny, the funny thing with Bronny, and I love it, is that people, and again, I'm just going back to Twitter, just looking at these arguments, man. And that's why it's also hard for me to post on Twitter, because it's like, these people are just so dumb. It doesn't even like really resonate. Like why would I want to kind of engage in any of this? Because I just kind of read it, and it's like, he's the most overhyped player, and it's like, you're doing it. It's on you for literally commenting on this Bronny James video. Like, what? Like, I don't know if y'all are in the same situation, like on Twitter. Like I just said, like I scroll, I see some comment, and I just kind of keep going. Like, because if it's not something for me to engage about, why the fuck would I engage about this? How are you going to complain about the publicity somebody is getting when you are the reason they're going to post this to get the fucking interactions that they're looking for? And it's,
you know what it is, Billy?
What's that, Chris?
It's the same shit, and this is relevant because this news just came out. It's no different than the Jake Paul shit. He's not a real boxer. He's a shitty boxer, but he's got a big name. He's a celebrity. No, we can't hear you, Tony.
What about now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's all it is.
But that is what it is, bro. Like, this whole, like I was telling Billy, I don't want to talk about the shit on the show, but he said he's still gonna watch it. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Bro, I'm so tired of seeing this.
I'm not watching it at all.
I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be entertaining. I ain't gonna lie to you and say I ain't gonna watch it.
But that's the thing, though. That is the thing. Is if you don't, and Chris is doing it right. If he's not interested, don't fucking watch. Don't sit here and but Chris, are you commenting on the fucking the Showtime fucking poster on SportsCenter? Like, look what just happened, breaking news.
No, I'm part of this. I'm a weird group of people where if I don't care about something, I just keep scrolling.
You just scroll away. Who gives a fuck,
bro? Like, you can literally shut the fucking app. Like, I'm tired of seeing this shit. Let me get off this. That's so easy.
Let me full circle back to women, because that's where we're at. I've watched more of Caitlin Clark this year than I have watched NBA and college men's combined games this year, because she is.
It's not just you, Billy. I talked to Butler, Dre, and Darian in a group chat. Shout out to all of them. Bro, we talk about Juju. We talk about like all of these people, all these females, bro, these women, and they out there, they ball, bro. Because first of all, I don't want to say they're playing like men. They playing like they self, but they game resemble like something that you see on Saturdays and Sundays in the big leagues, bro. They like the one girl from fucking South Carolina, the little point guard, bro, shooting guard. She coming down, going behind her back, hitting layups, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm just like, they got a girl on their team, like, bro, fast break. She dunking that bitch with ease. I'm talking about like back scratches, and there's multiple of them in college now. But it's just like back scratching.
Just killing the game, dude.
I hate to say it. I really wish the WNBA would get more hype. I wish they would like pay attention to like some of the fans that like it and be like, "Hey man, y'all let that rim down to 9 feet, not 9 or 8 feet, bro, and let some of
Just
these
get some
women just
dunk.
take off, get some dunk, bro. Just make it more exciting, bro. Like, hey
If-
man,
Bro, if women had
dunk.
honestly, it's crazy to say that like that's a one thing that women like that they could put into the women's game of dunks where people would be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this because it's like, I'm sorry, it's not like, and like you said, these bag scratchers, these behind the bags, taking it to the rack, you're doing a layup, that's fine. But I need to see some kind of poster. I need to see something.
Yeah.
Some aggression, some sort of physicality, some sort
That's
of
what I'm saying.
dominance.
And see, and they got post players, but I would love to see these post players finish with a bang, like bop, bang.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got space.
Back.
Like I would love to see that, bro. Like, but I've watched more women's basketball, college basketball than I have men, and it's just because like nobody the rules for college basketball, and I don't know if it's different for women or if it's just the women know that if they're really good, they get these NIL deals. Then, hey, bro, I'm gonna make my best bang for the buck. Like, and like I told you, Billy, when I was talking to you about Bryce Young, like, if I'm Bryce Young, I might consider saying getting my degree, staying in Alabama for 4 years, taking that bread I got paid, and saying fuck getting, because now I'm getting my face punched every Sunday because my offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'll fucking go back to the men's side of things, right? These one and dones, and you want to go to the NBA, and I'm never gonna shit on anybody's dream. Hey, if you did this your whole life to go to the NBA, then go. But look around, man. If you sit for 4 years, fucking learn some things, learn the way kind of some defensive work. Because if you look at the college men's game, it's defense and coaching. You're gonna run this zone defense, and you're gonna fucking do it, and that's what you're doing, right? And hopefully you got it on the offensive end. Stick around for fucking 4 years. Stick around for 3 years. Look at some of the best players in the game. Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing. Like, I know we did kind of cover LeBron and Kobe and KG getting out of high school, but look at somebody look at how many years in the NBA does it take for these players, especially one and done players, to kind of make their mark in the NBA? It takes a second. And I'm wondering, and I could be wrong, that it's going to take just as long if they stay for 4 years in the college game. But get a diet, get some size on you if you're Kevin Durant. Like, imagine if Kevin Durant stuck around in Texas, gained about 20 more fucking pounds, maybe even 30 pounds if he stuck around to the senior year. Now, that's selfish on, the fans' point of view, taking away his bread. But with the NIL money, he's getting something. Like, there's no – it's still life-changing fucking money for some of these people. And
he wasn't getting money back then. They just didn't call it NIL. You ain't gonna tell me Kevin Durant ain't getting nothing. Texas with them boosters,
dude. Let me tell you a story about Texas. I don't know if do y'all know a guy named Prince Ebay?
Prince Ebay?
Prince Ebay. He went to Texas. He was a 6'10" center.
Sounds really, really familiar.
It was when I was in high school, so it was probably around 2010, 2011 when he was being recruited. So I went to high school with this dude. The recruiters, whoever it was that came in to talk to him one day, within a week, he was in class with new Beats headphones and an iPad or an iPod. He didn't have that shit before the recruiter came and hollered at him. And then he commits to Texas shortly after. Like Tonio said, like we all already know, like these players have been getting paid. They've been making money. It just hasn't been reported like it is now.
But it's a smaller scale too. Number one, you said some Beats and an iPad. I've had players who were getting recruited from Texas, and then Oklahoma decided to show up, and they come in with this fucking Oklahoma duffel bag full of OU shit, Boomer Sooners, all this shit. Decided to flip their commit to fucking OU. Adam Shedd, the head coach at where is he at now? Sorry, John. Garland, excuse me. Head coach at Garland, right? Went to Texas. He went on a visit with Texas, verbally committed to Texas. A week later, thank you, Tonio. A week later, like I said, showed up with this fucking bag, gave it all to Aaron Benson because he was going to Texas. He's like, hey, fucking take all that. I don't need that. I got this OU fucking money. right? But it's not in these millions of dollars of scales. Like we've been talking for the women, especially, they're making so much money at college. They're not making that in the WNBA. I'm sorry, they're not.
Dude, they're definitely not. That's why Griner had to go to Russia and wound up being in a fucking prison.
And that's sad. That's sad, bro. Brittany Griner, the premier player in the WNBA, got to go overseas to play in the summer to make bread.
Hold on. I'm not going to let you just say that it's sad, because it's not sad. That's the reality. It's not sad. No one watches the WNBA. You don't, I don't, Chris don't. Because it's
I watch it.
Product.
I watch it when it get close to like finals time. I bet on it. So yeah.
If you didn't bet on it, would you watch it?
A bunch of fine average and run up and down the court. Probably. Yeah, probably.
But I also bet on NASCAR. I still don't watch it.
How the fuck do you bet? Hey, yeah. How the fuck did lap 212 he passed him? What the fuck?
Nah, it's like how many passes does one driver have? How many caution flags are gonna go? Who wins the first stage? Shit like that's easy. I mean, I don't ever win.
Well,
NASCAR's hard.
Well, look, man, I really think, and next week, I promise y'all, man, we're gonna break in because this NIL talk probably need to be had by us, especially with Nick Saban saying the reason why he got out the game, and looking at it from these college athletes' point of view. We'll get into that, man. But it's been a great off the break show. Chris made it back after doing other work. Chris, one more time for the people, tell them where you're gonna be at Saturday.
This Saturday, Haltom Theater in Haltom City, Texas. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. We'll be on stage at 10. And it was officially announced on the little ad that I did, because Lou, my rhythm guitar player, lead singer, came on. He announced it officially, so this will be the second time it's been out in the public. I'm also the new drummer for Lovesick Drug. So
hell yeah.
Oilback and Lovesick Drug. Busy man.
You heard it. It's a Brick Shot exclusive. I told it first.
On accident.
On accident. But y'all didn't know the name, but you heard it here first, man. So y'all make sure we support our co-host, and y'all make sure if y'all out in the area, y'all go support them. If they put some music out, Apple, Spotify, y'all go download that, listen to it. Y'all trying to rock out, man. Like I said, Billy, if we make first, man, we going to NFCB 11. We got to stamp that right here.
Bingo. I'll get the tat right here too.
I ain't no Navy touch, but
no, it's the 11 dice. It's not. Take it easy.
Oh yeah, that's hard. Billy, it's been an amazing show. Thank y'all for waiting. I know y'all been hungry, and we'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate
Peace.
it.